Stage. Is this thing on? Hey, everybody. Good morning. Okay, that was pretty much horrible. Let's try that again. Let's. I want to pass you grade on this one. Dan, be an example. I want to hear you loud. Good morning, everybody. Flying colors. All right, we are Soulshine, minus Donna. Donna's will be up here shortly, I'm guessing. And we're going to sing for you, but we don't sing from our seats, we sing from our feet. So I've always wanted to say this. Ready? Please rise. Wrong church, I know. Wrong church. Wrong church. Give a round of applause for Donna. Sorry, you're late. You get singled out. We're going to sing Eric's song, I Claim My Power. And then we're going to do some Holy, Holy, Holy for you this morning. Victor?
I claim my power to change the world, change it with love, change it with love. I claim my power to change the world, and so it is, and so it is.
Sing with us. I claim my power, everybody.
I claim my power to change the world.
Change with love.
Change it with love. Change it with love.
I claim my power to change the world.
I claim my power to change the world.
And so it is.
And so it is. And so it is.
One more time. You sing. Go.
I claim my power to change the world. Change it with love. Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is. And so it is.
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy, holy.
I am, I am.
I am, I am.
Crowd, you sing. Go, crowd. Good job. I am. Beautiful. Sing that again. Holy, holy. Sing with us. Soulshine. Go. Holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy.
I claim my power to change the world, change it with love, change it with love. I claim my power to change the world, and so it is, and so it is.
Give it up for the lovely Soulshine.
Yeah. Woo. One more time. Round of applause for Soulshine. The best way to start your day. Keep trying to get them to come to my house first thing in the morning so I can wake up that way. They keep being too busy. Welcome to Unity of Central Oregon. I am your host, Rochelle Indra, and we are happy to have you here today in person and online. Thank you so much for those of you who decided not to wear pants today and decided to stay home because of it. We're still glad that you've come to join us today. Let's do our mission statement together. But before we do, sanctuary. Yes. Do you think for 1 second I was gonna forget that? That's amazing. Okay, let's do our mission statement together this morning. We stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. Wonderful, thank you. All those you who felt like standing, I was like when I'm hosting, because I'm like, oh good, I won't get in trouble with Eric, because I'm already standing. So thank you guys so much for that. How are we doing this morning? Are we a little low energy this morning? Okay. But all are welcome here. If you have a ton of energy and you are raring ready to go on Sunday, you are welcome here. There's a little bit of a low energy, kind of getting into fall. That's okay too. We're just very glad you are here today. We are going to start with something that I really love that we are getting into doing, and that is setting our intention for what we want during our service today. And so setting your intention is something that you can obviously do for your lifetime, for a year, for a month, for getting through a difficult conversation, for a drive, for time together. And today, because we are going to be looking at darkness, and what does darkness mean, and embracing darkness in a new and different way than how we have thought about darkness before. So the intention I would love to have for today, as we are going to go through our fun usual steps, we're going to go through celebrations, we're going to have an amazing presentation with Reverend Jane and Kate Cavenaugh, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I can already feel the magic in the room. Is other people feeling the magic in the room? Yeah? It's not just me, K-Gun. So that's going to be so wonderful and so heart-opening that I want for our intention for today and for right now to be in a place of being able and willing to open and expand our idea of darkness, as well as expanding our ideas of a lot of things that we've been closed down about, Can we have a moment of saying, I don't know exactly what this is, so I'm going to stay open to it? And that is my hope for our intention today. Anybody going to join me in that intention? Yep. Awesome. Thank you. Yes. Excellent. I appreciate that. So that is our invitation this morning. Our favorite part of the day for all the introverts out there, we're going to turn and say hello to your neighbor. If you don't have a direct neighbor, you don't get out of this. You can stand up. You got legs. Stand up and walk over and say hello to somebody. Da-da. Good morning. About another minute. Get your hellos in there. Give you some hugs if the other person is okay with that and you want to. Say your good mornings. All right, and return to your seats. Return to your seats. As I always say, I love this part because everybody gets super nervous about it. And then look, we can't stop talking to our neighbors. We can't stop saying hello. So I'm so glad that we do that and we get a moment to say hello when sometimes we don't before and after. So I love that we do that. Also, we'd like to give a big thank you to everybody who volunteers their time here on Sunday. It's very easy to think about the people who are up on stage that we see all the time, but there are so many people behind the scenes. People who take care of the trash, people who are getting food service ready, the AV team. Let's give a round of applause to everybody who donates their time. Absolutely. Everyone who donates their time here on a Sunday morning. So give them the credit they deserve. And I know we have a lot of chairs. It looks like we're interviewing Sofia Coppola or something up here, but if you will look right past, we have our chair. My favorite thing that we have on stage, besides myself, my second favorite thing is the chair. And the chair is a wonderful place to place people who are not here with us today, whether that's because they chose to stay home and not wear pants, whether that is because they are across town, they are across the country, across the world, or across the Rainbow Bridge, whether they are living, whether they have passed, whether they were human, whether they were animal, however they come to you, your ancestors. This is a time to take a moment and say, who do I want to be here with me right now? We have this wonderful, loving community, and we're so lucky to be here together. And who else do I wish could be here with me? So take a second to think about that. And we would also like to do our land acknowledgement. We've been doing this for a while now. It's not repetitive. It's something that we want to make sure that we feel every single time that we step into this space, but also getting to live in Central Oregon. And what a privilege it is for all of us to live here, and that we are just stewards of this land as the land has been passed down to us. And so making sure that we make that acknowledgement to the people who were here before us. And that is the Wasco, the Warm Springs, the Klamath, and the Paiute tribes. And now it is time for celebrations. And we have a very, very helpful, special guest as our helper. The best looking man here today. Raise your hand if you've got a celebration, and you will get to spend time with this very good looking man. Okay, here you go. That hat is amazing.
Thank you, Leanne. I want to celebrate an answer to prayer. So the last time I spoke, I shared an example of the prayer claim that I had for my daughters, who one of them decided the other one was not going to be in her life, and that's been going on for about 7 years. And so what I shifted in my prayer, using that different style that I've been talking about, is I began to see them as loving harmony. And so shifting my consciousness from what they do to who they are felt really powerful to me. And last week, the younger daughter came over and she brought me some photographs for my Halloween album with pictures of the grandkids. And she had initiated with her older sister to get pictures from all of them. So prayer works.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Wonderful. Who else would like to say hello to this lovely strapping young man and raise your hand? I mean, also have a celebration. Yes, Robin.
You are handsome.
He is a handsome young man.
Horrible. I just want to say I went to a fundraiser with a very good friend and the local board, and they raised money for local farms, and they raised a lot of money, and they all of it is for the people around the food. I'm not sure. I've never been to the store yet.
Okay.
But I just said that I just wanted to say that it was awesome to see so much money going into people that live here and just for us. It's very cool.
Wonderful. Thank you, Robin. Great point. Raise your hand high so he can see you. Oh, there's one back there. There's one back there. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Jim and I have kind of a bittersweet celebration. This Thursday, we're taking our road trip down south to get away from the winter here. So we're excited about going down there. It's 80 degrees right now where we're going. So, but it's bittersweet because we are going to miss our Unity home, our Unity friends, and we will be watching sometimes on Zoom, so we'll keep an eye on everybody. And we'll be back in the spring.
Wonderful. Thank you. She didn't need to include that 80 degrees part, but okay. Thanks for here.
I want to celebrate that Halloween is coming soon. I mean, like, who isn't excited for
That's
it?
right.
So I just wanted to celebrate that it's only like, 4 days until Halloween?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful. That is well worth celebrating. Absolutely. Anybody else over here? Oh, I see a celebration hand right over here. Right over there. Yep.
I'm celebrating that today is my sister's birthday party, Phoenix Ella Marie Zeff, and she's in the nursery right now, and she's turning 5 years old.
Woohoo! That's a wonderful celebration. Thank you.
I'm also celebrating that my stepdad is here, Elias, and he is going to be staying here for a couple more days, and then he'll go back. I only get to see him once a year.
Okay, well, wonderful. Well, we're so glad he's here. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone last celebration? Oh, yep, I see a celebration right back there. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Our last celebration.
I wanted to celebrate that my daughter performed in her first speech and debate yesterday, and she traveled and she was very nervous, but she got first in both JV and varsity.
Oh my gosh, wonderful. Great, thank you. That's fantastic. Okay, thank you. You did amazing, thank you. Okay, big round of applause for the stunner in the hat out front. He did fantastic, thank you. And as always, to add to your celebrations, we do an Earth celebration because it can be so challenging. We look at the news and get so sad about the state of our environment and what's going on that it can be hard to see the glimmers of hope and the good things that are in there too. So I love that we do Earth celebrations. And today's is, since 2016, poaching of one-horned rhinoceroses in India's Assam state has fallen by 86%. By expanding protected areas and bolstering ranger patrols, the steady growth in numbers of rhinos seen since the late 60s has now accelerated to the point where there are 3,000 of these magnificent animals now gracing the Assam savanna. Like, give me a round of applause. Yeah, that is wonderful. And it is time for blessing our children. So, if you are considered a young person, come on up. Here we go. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. All right. We've got a good group today. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so if you will join us out there in blessing the children before we send them on their way with their fearless leader. We appreciate the holy gifts you are. We see the divine light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. Okay, thank you. Off you go. Have a wonderful time. Time for some announcements. I will say this at the end, but I like to say this at the beginning. If you miss something, and there are more announcements than we do, we are only able to talk about a few. Always make sure you are checking online for more things that you may have missed. I have missed out on some wonderful events here because I didn't check the schedule online. So don't miss out like me, and make sure that you're checking that. Sunday evening sound baths. If you haven't made it to the sound bath, I highly recommend it. As I said a couple of weeks ago, we spend so much of our life giving to others that it can be challenging sometimes to receive, and we don't feel like we deserve it, and we don't feel like we can make time to receive for ourselves. I see some people nodding their heads in the crowd. So this is a wonderful time to come and to receive, and to just literally get to lay down and receive the magic of sound healing. It is absolutely wonderful. I can't recommend it enough, so hope to see you there. We have a new deep dive service happening every Wednesday night from 6 to 7:30. So I've been interested to look into that. I haven't been able to make that, but new deep dive service. So definitely want to check that out. Upcoming newcomers potluck. These I recommend. I have been to a couple. I mean, you know, you can be new a couple of times, I've decided. The first one is Tuesday, October 29th at Reverend Jane's home. I have been to that one before. That is absolutely lovely. We've had amazing times. Remember, she likes you to leave by 8. I just want to point that out because you feel so warm and welcomed, and you just feel like you could just sleep on her couch. Frowned upon. But if you are new, you haven't been to one before, they are so nourishing and so wonderful to get to know some other new people deeper. So I recommend that. And then the other one I've been to is at Claire and Kevin's house, and they are doing one on November 13th. That is also a really wonderful, fun experience. They make lovely drinks. I recommend. Okay, we have a Sacred Women's Drumming Circle, Saturday, November 2nd. I am definitely going to be there, so I can see all of you from up here. I have expectation of you coming. It is led by Kate, who's going to be speaking today. She did let me know, because I said I'm going to come and I want to bring some friends to this amazing event. I've been wanting to try out a drum circle, and she said that they have extra drums. So if you don't have a drum, I think most of us don't, she said there are extra drums. Come, enjoy, spend time. I will be there. Come spend time with me. We will have a great time. So I'm really excited to be trying that out. Practicing prayer as alignment class with Reverend Jane. There are 3 time slot options available, because I know we all have busy lives, so she's making 3 options available. So check out the website to find out more about which option would work for you, if this is of interest to you. And Robin Iona, can you raise your hand? Dun, dun, dun. She's already standing. She's going to be doing a Power of Forgiveness workshop Tuesday, November 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. So definitely make sure that you are checking that out as well. And now we have a very special video announcement. Take it away, Nico. Taking it away.
Hi, Unity Community. This is Kevin Kubota, your current board president, and I'm coming to you from the middle of nowhere. We're out camping right now, so I can't be there in person to share some exciting news with you. Your community and your board of directors has been working really hard for the past few months to come up with a plan as Reverend Jane retires at the end of the year, and we've been looking for new leadership, and we have a great interim solution in Reverend Ruth Miller. She is a longtime friend of Reverend Jane's and comes highly recommended, and several of our board members have also had experiences with her, and we're really excited about the potential of her as a transition step for us to find our next phase of leadership. So she's going to be here with us for about 6 months to help us move in that direction. And she brings so many years of experience. She's written numerous spiritual books. She just has credentials that we can't even list here, but she'll tell you more about that, and you'll get to know her over the next several months as she's here every month speaking and meeting and teaching workshops and helping us make that transition. So we're really excited about this new opportunity, and I'm excited to share it with you, and you'll get to meet her yourself when she comes to speak on November 17th at Unity for her first time. So I hope you're as excited about it as I am.
Hello, all you beautiful people in Unity in Bend. Really a delight to be able to come and visit with you in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really also looking forward to working with you individually and in groups in that period between January and June next year, while you figure out what it is that you want in the way of spiritual leadership as this really fantastic congregation that you already are. Yes. When I'm there, it'll be on third weekends. I'll be arriving on Fridays. I'll be leaving on Mondays. And we'll do classes, and we'll do Sunday programs, and we'll meet individually and in groups, and we'll see what we can make happen to help you get clear about what it is that you are and how your future is going to unfold as we move through this transition, which I recognize, like all transitions, isn't always easy and isn't always comfortable, but they always lead to greater good for all concerned. Bless you, my dears. Have a marvelous time. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks.
Intention for today of like, how can I be open to this? How can I be open to change? How can I be open to something different? So that's very exciting. We love being here together in community, but man, is it hard to see Kevin's background. It's a little painful. They sent me some pictures last night because I said, oh, how was your trip? And they sent these like gorgeous pictures, and they're like, what are you doing? And I sent a picture back of me eating mac and cheese on my couch. It was like less exciting, but it's good to be honest in a friendship. So that was really exciting. So thank you so much for Kevin for giving that announcement, and for us to get to meet her, for those who do not already know her, on the 17th. So very exciting. And now, dun dun dun, our Reverend Jane.
So right now, it's time for our alignment practice. And I want to encourage you to take out those green forms, or even better, take out your phones and just open up to the website, to the Discover Prayer part, or you can use the QR code to get there. One of the advantages of doing this is we don't have to decipher your handwriting.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you are technically challenged and can't do it that way, please use the green sheets and write carefully. So, the reason that you do this is to put into form already that which you intend to create through your consciousness. So, think in terms of what you want to create, not in terms of what you are missing. We don't want to affirm with you your problems. We want to affirm with you what you are aligning with, the allness of you. And think in terms of specific qualities. Because when we talk about the all, that's true. It's all there is, by whatever name. But it's big. And it's hard to focus. When we think in terms of abundance, or wholeness, or strength, or love, that at least narrows it down a little bit. And it's easier for those of us on the team to align with you in knowing that for you. So I want to give you some time right now to put your own claims in, electronically or on paper. And it's important to do this. Every week I notice so many who don't. And I always wonder why. Why not? Because everything is so perfect in your life, and you didn't think that you could align with gratitude, or something is not going well and you're not claiming it, what you want. Be an active creator in your life, and this is a step in that direction. And now let's just make a prayer that we can all join in together. As we move into the season of darkness, we claim that there is a creative force that out of darkness births light. The womb of Gaia, the womb of the entire cosmos, is always vibrating with creative force. And from that comes something new, often mysterious and surprising to us. And yet, because we are that force, we always have the ability to respond with power, to recognizing that which seems unfamiliar and new as just another note in the symphony of creation, part of our song. And so we release that idea that there is an other, that there is a stranger, that there is a wrong, and we embrace the knowing that all is one, that all is love, that all is right, that we are the creative force, making a beautiful world for all. Let's affirm that with song together.
Here we go. Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let's go and know I am. I am.
And so now we move into the message part of our program. And I want to introduce Kate Cavenaugh because she's going to be doing the songs as well as sharing the message with me. When we were preparing for this, I asked her to give me a bio that we could use as an intro because I wasn't sure who would be introducing her. And if it were left to me, I would just come up with whatever I felt like saying. And I probably still will. But she sent me such a beautiful intro that I want to share it with you. Kate is a way seer, a medicine woman, a ceremonialist, a new thought leader and guide. She is passionate about living an exquisite life. She, in this present moment and feeling Gaia beneath her feet, she lives in the frequency of unconditional love. She lives that with her beloved in the embodiment of her awakening. She lives it with everyone that she comes in contact with. I can tell you that from experience. Kate continues on the journey of consciousness and in the resilience and expansive energy of transformation. It's a remarkable journey, not a destination. She didn't even mention what a beautiful voice she has. She sings, she plays guitar, she plays the drum. I got to sit beside her as we were doing the opening chants, and she's doing harmonies, and I'm thinking, whoa, that's so beautiful. And I guess what I really love about her, besides her heart, is her ability to be present in the moment. And the fact that the two of us are up on stage today was in response. We had some conversation about how she was really feeling at home in this community, and she has not been a church person. Maybe as a kid, I don't know, I forget, but not lately. And coming here, she just felt at home, and we just kept talking, and the next thing you know, I was inviting her to do the talk with me, because really, when I listen to her, I feel like I'm listening to the things that come out of my mouth, and she has said the same thing. And so we thought, let's just do it together and see what happens, because she and I share this ability to just be in the moment and let what needs to come. So, we both have notes of what we think we're going to talk about, and we will see what happens. But I just want to welcome Kate and bless you for being here. And you are all in for a treat. See, we're doing this in the moment.
Good morning. Good morning. What an honor it is to stand here this morning with my dear sister Jane, and with an opportunity for us together to allow the stream of consciousness of our truth and our hearts to express to you what has been brewing in conversation around the sacredness and the holiness of the shadow, of the darkness, and of how we can embrace that in our lives without fear and in a state of non-judgment and watch the magic happen. So this morning, I thought it'd be appropriate to do a song that has filled this room many times. It's an honoring song for the Four Directions. It was written by a beautiful artist who has passed. Her name is Kate Wolf, and so I'm always in deep love and gratitude for her creative energy, and that that has blessed my heart, and I'd like to share that with you. This is called The Four Directions. When the morning breaks and the sunlight warms my soul, in the east the eagle flies and the red tail proudly soars. I'm on my way to the place of the sacred one. Grandfather, hear me now, for I'm on fire. Let the sundance guide my feet to your desire. Give me visions for my eyes and words like gold that glisten in the sun. Hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya. Look towards the west. Look toward the west, like the water I will run. In innocence and trust, this moonchild's song is sung. I'm on my way to the place of the sacred plant. My emotion and my will at your command. Let the turtle's voice be heard across the land. The wise coyote prowls, and rattlesnake calls me to her dance. Hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya. When the sun goes down and it grows too dark to see, I look within to the shaman's mystery. I'm on my way to die and live again. Grandmother, hear me now, for I cry. The eagle and the bear, the way of the herb and black obsidian. Hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya. In the darkest night, the stars watch over me. Old woman of the north, oh, my mind seeks clarity. I'm on my way to the place of the northern wind. Let the thunder and the lightning carry me. Lay my thoughts to rest and bring me into sleep. The hawk and the buffalo, my dreams' white crystal magic medicine. Hi-ya, 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 hi-ya.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. So we thought we'd just do something different and get up in these directors' chairs and have the conversation between us. And
These two old gals are getting up in the direction.
yeah, that's the first challenge of the unknown. Can you still do it?
I practiced last night. Do I just pop that right there? Do I just touch that? Thank you. Thank you. So testing, there we are. Okay, wonderful.
So I think one of the things that really struck me about darkness when we were talking about dancing with life as a theme for this season, the darkness gets a really bad rap, doesn't it? We think about, the powers of Mordor descending and everything is in darkness now and it's bad. And I think that we need to reclaim the darkness. Just one of the pains of darkness being framed in that way is what it has done to all of the people who have dark skin. There has been this unconscious prejudice against them, and that's not okay. It's not truth. And so as a collective, it's important that we reclaim it for reasons of inclusivity and love. And it's also important that we reclaim it because we have experiences of darkness in our life. And if we label them as bad, then we don't get the richness that is available for us. Darkness is actually the energy of the unknown and the energy of gestation.
When we plant the beautiful seed into the ground, it sits in the dark, rich soil, in the dark, no light, and it begins to send its roots down. And then as it grows, it pops out into the light. And it's growing this way, and it's growing this way. So we're growing in the darkness as much as we're growing into the light. And I think that we look at that more as unified feel of oneness rather than the opposite, right? It's that and. We are doing this and. And I think that's so true in the life that we're leading that has sad and seemingly shadowy places, that when we embrace the shadow, when we sit quietly in our suffering or in our sorrow and allow ourselves to feel that fully first, it's then the healing truly begins. It begins in the shadow.
I've been experiencing this very personally, so you know that I'm retiring at the end of the year from being the senior minister. And initially I thought, oh, that's just going to feel like, phew, because I'm tired. And so there is a little bit of that, but what I was unprepared for is how much grief I would feel. And it isn't so much grief that I want to jump up and do all the things I've been doing. It's not that. It's a grief of letting go of a piece of my identity, even though I know that that's part of an ego construct. We walk in two worlds. And so it's how I think of myself from day to day, how I organize my life as I go along. And even more, it's my relationship with all of you, which all of you you're just so much a part of my heart and soul. And so I don't know what it will look like. I find myself, about death and the stages of death, and I find myself bargaining like, well, I can still do this, right? And I'm not sure. And so I'm really walking into the unknown. Kate was so kind. She offered me time to come because Ruth Miller, I had had a couple of conversations with Ruth Miller, and she said, well, you need to get clear on what you want. And I don't know about you. Is that a hard question for you to answer sometimes? It's like, okay, just put that on the list of the exhausting list of things I have to do. Get clear on what I want to do.
Oh, no, Jane, honey, you have to do that first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But anyway, so the way I had to do it was put it on my schedule, a time to figure out what I wanted. I'm just a little bit Capricorn, for those of you into astrology. So anyway, Kate offered me her place, and it was just so wonderful and nurturing and allowed me to get some clarity on some of the things that I didn't want, some of the things that I did want. And what I really got, if I were going to summarize it, was that I need time in the darkness. I need that space of unknowing. I need time for the star seeds of my soul to grow and see what they will become. And I can come up with a couple of ideas of, well, maybe it could be this or that, but really, I don't know.
You don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel the way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. She might be a little fussy, so maybe I should talk for a minute. No.
Yeah, go for it.
What if we didn't have to really know? What if we could live in a world that has an embracing of the wonder, of the shadows, of the darkness? Jane and I sat at my home. I offered her a geodesic dome that's on our property, and it's beautiful sacred geometry. And we built a warming fire for her and brought cozy blankets and a sweet spot for her to just lean in to answering the questions, right? And since that time together, I've been just diving deep into, okay, where did we go to this place of being afraid of the dark? And so I found myself in this deep study of when electricity happened to the world and how our consciousness changed, because in the darkness, in that soft darkness, we prayed, we listened, we embraced the darkness as this place for our reverence in ancient time. And then the advent of the light crashed in and took the softness of night, the sweetness of prayer, the lovely energy of sitting still, because that was the natural thing to do, because why? We didn't have, that was just it, right? There was no light to impede that, right? And in the study, there was this conversation that I just want to share with you really quick, Jane. I think that this will stay in the circle of understanding the shadow, is that in ancient times, it was clear that we have two spaces at night of sleep and a soft and gentle place in between. In some cultures, they called that the hour of the wolf. In some, they called it the hour of prayer. And in the Judaic, it was hour of God. There was a word or a saying for this soft space between the first sleep, the soft awakening, where you may write a poem, or you may get a grand idea, or answer the question, what next, or do a meditation, or just simply sit in the darkness and embrace it. And then the next sleep that you softly go into was deep REM sleep. Science has discussed that. Have any of you woken up at 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning? Do you know that this is your natural circadian rhythm to do this, that it is a good thing? So if we wake up and say, right? Or I call that the hour of the wolf. That's me going, ow, like I wish I was asleep. But when I learned to embrace this simple, sweet time, I found that I went back into restful sleep way more quickly, that I prayed more, that I listened more. And again, it's a journey, not a destination, right? But to embrace that softness in the middle of the night instead of stressing about it, worrying about it, getting it up, get on your phone, turn on a light. Don't do all that. Please. I mean, you can if you want. But what I say is embrace the darkness in that time. See what it feels like to just softly be there. I have found myself putting a shirt that my husband loves to drop right there. I'll pick it up. And I put it over the clock that used to brightly shine in my room. I didn't have real darkness. I got curtains that kept all the light out from outside. I covered that darn little clock and found myself in deep darkness and embraced it. And so, this is just one little way that we can embrace the darkness of our cycle of 24 hours in a more beautiful way. So I hope that blesses you. I hope you find your hour of prayer or meditation or your hour of the wolf in a gentle way. Yeah.
I was thinking about the Dark Ages, which, as it turns out, that was something that passed the period that was called the Dark Ages. Somebody looked back fondly on what they imagined the Roman times were, and they decided that everything in between then and there now was dark. And so it was, haven't you grown up thinking about the Dark Ages and it's kind of a bad time? And it's certainly not enlightened. And yet during the, quote, Dark Ages, it was a time of high mysticism. This is right. High mysticism. And when people had the ability to take challenges that were coming their way and go within and find such a connection to the divine. There were things that were going on, like the invention of spectacles. Anybody have some assistance with their eyes right now? That began to be remediated during that time. Windmills that were upright were invented then. The whole concept of the university was invented then. There was a lot going on during that time. In the darkness, things are being birthed. Think about it. When do you get your best ideas? They're not while you're scrolling on your phone, right? They're not while you're running around doing things. They're when you're quiet, when you've set an intention and then you wait and you see what might come. And just, boom, there it is.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. That's a mic drop, but that's definitely a mic drop, right? Yeah, that is so. It's so true. And as you're speaking, I'm also thinking about my suffering feels dark. Mm. Like I'm equating those things that are difficult into this darkness, this abyss, and truly, if we don't have the darkness and the shadows, how do we really know the brilliance of the light? How, right? And it is in the sorrowful, shadowy places that, as we had mentioned, that the healing really does begin. When we can look at ourselves and feel those feelings fully first. And recognize that the way through is the acceptance and the surrender of those things in the shadow. Mm-hmm. Part of the study was also looking at where did we fear darkness first. This is interesting, this little tidbit. When babies really began to not sleep in their mother's beds, that's when humanity began to find fear in that aloneness, not in the darkness, but in the aloneness. But now it translates into that children in the fear of the dark. And guess what? I think we're giving them that more than they're finding their way to it. But the statement was really, let your baby sleep in your bed until they're ready to sleep on their own. And that's a whole other story. But just suffice to say, we're looking at what happens in the shadow and how our storyline has twisted and created a whole different reality than actually that there is, that it's blackness on a line to light. It's the same thing. It's dark black, and then it becomes charcoaled gray, and then a lighter gray, and then sort of a gray white, and ooh, now where are we into the brilliance of the light? It's a continuum. And maybe it's a continuum like this, that we're always cycling in and through, and that we can always be healing in the energy of it, of this beautiful motion. I have my daughter, you were talking about your daughter, I'm thinking about mine too. My youngest daughter has recently been divorced. She has 2 little kids, and her heart is just so broken at the loss of relationship and family. And then how am I going to do this thing called motherhood when I've got a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old? I mean, it's a big question. It's a big question. I put my hand up and said, there, we have extra room. Come here till you get through this transitional place. But she wants to stay. But she couldn't breathe in this sorrow of what was lost. She couldn't get her breath in this sorrow. And for her, it felt so dark and there was no way to climb out until she realized that it was necessary to let this go, to feel it fully, and then just begin day by day to breathe deeper breaths, to learn to lighten her heart. And it is really, again, that shadow into the light. And I've had to sit and hold space for her. I want to fix it for her, right? Don't we always want to make it better for our children? But I knew that this was her heroine's journey. And so holding a sacred space for her in prayer, because we know that works. And honestly, I have been seeing her shifting out of that, just in my stillness and in my prayerfulness, in allowing her to be in her shadow. Because it is not something to fear. When we embrace it, we begin the healing journey.
Yeah, I think we find aspects of our soul that we were unfamiliar with in the darkness. And that's really what we're here for, is to bring all of us forward. Not just the part that was approved of by those who raised us. Those are the parts that are polished, right? But the parts that were not okay, we find those as we go through our challenges and the shadows of our life. And that's so important to bring those forth. And I was thinking about Halloween because it's fun. I think it's fun. I like to have all kinds of things out front that my grandson and I put up that are scary, if you want to be scared, or silly, if you want to think of it as silly, but it's playful. And if I think about the roots of Halloween, it goes back into the Celtic tradition. Samhain is what they call it. But it came out as a way to play with the dark. They were thinking, well, we'll scare off any bad energies that are coming our way by, walking around with jack-o'-lanterns and so forth. But it happens in other cultures too. Over in Asia, there's one called the Hungry Ghost Festival. There's Dia de los Muertos that we're familiar with. These are all festivals about playing with death, having it not being so heavy and serious. And so we could entertain the idea that we could welcome joyfully even the struggles that come to us. I mean, that seems almost like something a heretic would say. What do you mean? Welcome struggles. But I think Rumi has a poem about that, doesn't he? About all the things that come to your door, throw the door open and welcome them.
He says what you seek is seeking you too, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same essence is what's in, so what's so within, so without.
Yeah.
That's so amazing, thinking about all the different cultures, and yet where are we in our cultures? Sometimes I really ponder our need for ritual and ceremony. Don't you feel like that's calling you? Because we just aren't that. There are many different tribal and different places. The culture has ceremony. In the Native American, they always set a small plate for their ancestors. Whenever there's a gathering and a meal, there was always a little plate, and we'd all put a little of all of the tasty morsels there, and then it would be taken outside and set out for the ancestors. What is our ceremonies? Where can we find holy spaces and places? And because Jane, I think I'm a little older than you. I'm 70. Let's get real. What are you?
I'm turning 76.
Okay, she's my big sister. Great. I'm catching you fast. Okay, I'm just wanting to know. You didn't know that, but in so many cultures, they have elders. They honor and they revere them, and they are the wisdom keepers. They're a part of it all. And I was looking at our culture and the shadow that we hold for our senior citizens, the older people. Are we being held as elder? Can we reconfigure or reinstate in our hearts what it is to be a crone, which has been demonized and put into, like it's an ugly hag. By the way, hag in literal Greek translation, not Greek, but somewhere other language, was the Holy One. And it got twisted and it got turned to a little old lady with the wart on her nose, and that's the hag. And no, it's the Holy One. Because our elders, the women who step into the mantle of the energy of crone, are the wisdom keepers. And we cannot throw us away. Thank you. Let us celebrate. If you have an elder in your midst, young ones, sit with them and ask them what they hold, because we all have a gift for you. We want to come as elders out of that shadow of being irrelevant, of being invisible, and stand up forthright in our wisdom and in the truth that we hold that will bless this world. And when we speak up, guess what? When we change and we hold that, the world changes. When I change, the world around me changes. And so I'm feeling like, okay, we've been in the shadow. Our elders have been in this shadow. And we felt it as lack and not mattering anymore. But maybe we've just been percolating. Maybe we've just been in this pause, not really having something in this culture that would help us to rise up. Maybe, all y'all, I see you. I know who you are. Maybe we rise. Maybe we rise. Why are we waiting for them to give us permission? Why don't we show them our relevance? How about that? How about that?
So another angle, besides that one, is something called thin times. So this time of year, I think this also is from a Celtic tradition, but thin times are when the veil is the thinnest between the world beyond and this world that we experience. In thin times, and so again, we're celebrating the dead because they're in a world that's beyond, a different dimension than we are in. We are celebrating that death is not an end point, it's a transition point. They move through a veil. And we can commune with those who have gone beyond because it isn't over. There is still aliveness that just doesn't end. It transitions. And in the thin times, and I don't know why exactly, except for the seasons. And in the seasons, if you think about it right now, the leaves are falling from the trees. The vibrancy and the light that keeps us out playing and active and all that, that's passing. We're moving into a time of darkness. And I just love what you said about the electricity and the time when we didn't have that distraction. We're moving into a time energetically when there is more opportunity to commune with the energy that is beyond us. Whether you think of that as your ancestors or you think of that as beings from another dimension, holding wisdom that we can access. During these thin times, we are particularly able to do it. We can do it all the time. It's just, sometimes it's easier. Sometimes we're more in the mood for it. And the season right now is cooperating to put us in the mood.
Everything in perfect timing, Jane, right? It's all divinely appointed. And so is this conversation that we're having with you, sort of for you, but really we're all in this conversation together. I love that because our ancestors are watching and celebrating our healing. They've healed. They're in my opinion is in this life, death, life energy. Energy. We are energy. Our divine essence is energy, right? It never dies. So wherever, we can't imagine where they are, we can make up stories, and that's okay, but know that there's an access point there for all of our ancestral. And the work that we do is this internal work that they celebrate, because we're breaking the chains of the brokenness and the family lineage of behavior and all of that. As we do, they're having a party. They're celebrating us because we're moving through and becoming whole through our brokenness. And so I just love that. And I truly believe that this room is filled to overflowing with all of our guides and our angels, the ascended masters, and all of the beautiful beings that are for each and every one of us. They could be, some of your ancestors are a part of this quote-unquote team, and they sit and they wait, and they hold sacred space for you. But they wait for you to activate them, to acknowledge them. And when they do, you get incredible downloads from them. I promise you. I know this might be a little woo-woo, but I think you can handle it. Right? Can they handle it? They can handle it, right?
They can handle it.
This is where we are. So, today when you take a walk into the woods, and all of this unknown that seems like maybe murky or shadowy is not, they're light and they're bright. And you have these beautiful beings that are accompanying you. But they're such ladies and gentlemen, if you will, because they wait for us to say, come, commune with me. I'd love to hear from you. And they will speak in ways that might surprise you.
I think this would be a great transition point for our meditation.
I do too.
Let's
Have you had enough? Have we played in the dark and in the shadow with you enough? I hope that it has blessed you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. I'll let you set that up verbally.
Okay. So I'd like to invite you to go into your personal darkness by closing your eyes and just get yourself comfortable. Maybe you want to put both feet on the earth as represented by the ground, if you like to. Focus on your breathing. And Kate is going to give us a heartbeat to listen to. Focus on your own heart. Let yourself be in touch with the heartbeat, with the infinite love that you are. Even when you were becoming in your mother's womb, your heart was beating early. There was a knowing in you of where to put each limb as it grew. Your wisdom was active in the darkness of the womb. Your wisdom has never diminished. Your heart is beating still. The love that you are is radiating out all through the darkness. It is the only light you need. Imagine that you are moving in darkness, that there is more for you in this life than you have known to ask for. Imagine that it can only be found in the darkness. Imagine that there is a being rising up from the darkness, a guide of some sort or an ancestor, one who is ready to help you move beyond the place you are now in your consciousness. Imagine the warm, guiding presence moving you in to a room of knowing, still in the darkness, and yet suddenly aware. Open your mind and your heart to the wisdom that the darkness holds for you, in whatever form it may come, possibly an image, perhaps a word or a phrase, maybe a sensation in your body. Maybe a memory that you see differently. Let yourself imagine that you can accept this wisdom, this message, treasure it. A treasure that can only be found in the darkness. That you give this treasure permission to have breath in your life, to help you shift your way of being in the world. Let yourself imagine that the darkness feels so comfortable. That perhaps you make a pledge to return to it again and again, to rendezvous with the same ancestor or guide again, to let the darkness be the path that you treasure during the season when the darkness is here for you, allowing gestation in your soul. Let yourself be grateful to the darkness. And then bring yourself back to this room. And then Kate's going to give us one last song.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Jane, for your brilliant light, your elegance and your grace, but your deep and deep wisdom that pours over the hearts and minds of all of these beautiful, beautiful congregation that comes here with a need, with a desire, with a woe, with a joy, and finds your embrace, finds your words soothing like the balm of Gilead. Do I have a sound man? Could I have a little more guitar? Because I'm going to be plucking this one. It was me the whole time. We are here to heal. 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 So follow me to the river, follow me to the healing waters, and we will swim and heal within. We are here to heal. 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 So follow me to the river, follow me to the healing waters, and we'll dive in, and we'll heal within. Can you sing with me? We are here to heal. 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 So follow me to the river, follow me to the healing waters, where we will swim and heal within. We are here to heal. We are here to heal. May you heal. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you to both these amazing wise women. Can we give them a round of applause again for sharing their magic with us? Thank you so much. I was going to say our elder wise women, but I realized for some people in this room, they're not elders. So that's not very much. They might still be spring chickens to some of the people here. So thank you, wise women, for sharing that with us. Usually, when I listen to somebody give a talk here, I always, if I'm hosting, I try to pick out the thing that struck me the most, the thing that gave me chills, the thing that really I knew was going to stick with me, and then I bring that up after to thank. But did anybody else feel like there were so many aha moments in that? So many were going, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. Oh no, yeah, the light bulb, and yeah, and oh, my fear of being awake in the middle of the night. I go to the bad wolf place of why am I awake? And I need all of you to go, oh, right when that's happening in the middle of the night. So thank you so much for that reminder of the darkness. And remember our intention, right? Staying open to seeing the darkness in a new way. Did anybody feel like after this, you're like, oh, I see this differently than I saw before? Other people, yeah. It was just beautiful. So thank you again for that. Now is our time of offering. So if those are going to help with the offering can come up. And in the offering 2 weeks ago, I came and I talked about how often in congregations, the community builds the structure, the place of worship, the place of community, the place of coming together. They build it together with their hands. Ours is already built for us. We are very lucky. We didn't have to get out hammers and nails and do it. But this is our way of giving back to the space, giving back to the people, giving back to the community in which we are a part of. This is our way of saying, yes, we are a part of this community, we stand with this community, and we nourish this community with the things that we have to give. So that's when every time I'm giving, that is what I'm thinking of, is giving my energy back to nourish this community that means so much to me. And we do this in many different ways. As I always say, we take your gross, disgusting cash. Cash is incredibly dirty. Get rid of it. Give it to us. I was going to say, we'll wash it for you, but that sounds terrible. No, we're not washing money. Not that, but we will take that disgusting money from you because it is so dirty. We will also take checks. If you are still somebody who just adores a good check writing with 10 people behind you in line at the grocery store, we will take one of those from you. And also, if you are under 30 and you understand what this is on the screen, you can also use the QR code to give your offering as well. We also would love for you to put the prayer claim forms. If you did not do them online and you said, I'm old school, and you wanted to write it out with your perfect penmanship, so it's legible, those go in the basket as well. So we will send you off, and let's do our song. And if you feel the need to dance, because this is your favorite song like it is mine, you can dance.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you.
Gracias.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. Thank you. I got gratitude in my heart. In my heart. Got gratitude in my soul. In my soul, baby. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soulshine. Okay, and let's come and bless our offerings here today. Dun, dun, dun. If you will join me in our blessing of the offering. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us and abundant spirit. It is. Thank you. Thank you guys for picking up for me when I lose my place. We're actually going to have the kids that come up. I think they're waiting. If somebody in the back doesn't mind opening up, Robin's on top of this, is going to open the door for them because they're going to come in and do a little surprise for us. Let's see if we orchestrated this correctly. They're coming. They're coming. They're little. They have short legs. It takes them a second. It's okay. They're here? Okay, they're not here quite yet. We like to make you wait for it. We like to make you work for it. So we're going to move on, and when they get here, we will stop everything for children as we do. So we are going to move to our prayer of intention. Let's do, but first, new people thought they were going to get away with this. Oh, no. I know, good times. If you are new, if you've never been here before, don't be terrified. It's not the human sacrifice, I promise. But if you've never been here before and you don't mind raising your hand and just saying hello, your name, maybe where you're visiting us from, so that we can welcome you, we would love that. If that's terrifying, it's okay, you don't have to. But is there anybody who's here for the first time and would like to say hi? Yes, wonderful, thank you. Oh no, believe me, we bring a microphone and everything. We go big, we go big.
Hi everybody, thanks for welcoming me. I'm Bryn, I came over from Mitchell. If you don't know where that is, it's the other side of Prineville. Wow. So I probably won't come every week. This is a long way and the weather will change. But very glad to be here. I used to go to a Unity church in Portland, but we don't have one in Mitchell. So yeah. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for visiting us. That's awesome. And we always have online if the weather gets bad, but thank you so much. We hope it was worth it visiting, so we appreciate that. Yeah, who else? Who else? Make Jane run. Make Jane run.
Hi, my name is Tiff. First time here. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank
just
you.
moved back to Oregon, so we're looking for community. So
Great. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome. Anybody else here for the first time? Oh, perfect. First time. Also, if you're here for the 8th time and you've never introduced yourself, that's okay too. We'll take that. Hi. Yeah, you got to stand. It's a whole thing we got going.
I'm Chilena, and this is my first time, and I'm from around the corner.
Yay. Awesome. Well, thanks. Thanks for coming around the corner to say hi to us. We appreciate that. Yeah. Hello.
My name is Jill. I'm from Bend, just a few miles away, not as far as Mitchell. But I have felt very welcome, so thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful, Jill. We are more than happy to have you. Wonderful. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Excellent.
I'm Mary, and I'm from Redmond, and yes, this is the first time I've been here. And actually, I came to the Unity Church when it was in some other building, like 25 years ago. So my first time back. So great.
Wonderful.
Really nice to be here.
Awesome. We're here. We're happy to have you back. Good to see you. Excellent.
Hello, my name is Katie,
Katie.
and this is my first time here. I live a mile away, and I'm excited to be here and to come back. And thank you, Emily, for bringing me.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, one more in the back here. Oh, good. I hope we were good today because we got a big day here.
Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm Olivia. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for welcoming me. This is not my first time in the building. I've actually come to events, so it was great to see a service. I live in Redmond, and I've grown up in Central Oregon, so I've always been here.
Yay, wonderful. Well, welcome to those who have always been here. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, wonderful. And welcome to those who are like, oh, heck no, lady, I ain't standing up with a microphone. We welcome you, too. We welcome those of you at home who are visiting us from home. So we welcome you as well. If you would like, there are blue cards for anybody new or who may not be on our mailing list. There are blue cards. This is not like the election where you get a text message every 7 minutes asking you to donate to save the world. So it's not that. We do have a little blue card. We'd love if you're interested in filling it out so that we can just send you the newsletter of staying in contact with you and letting you know, as you saw, we have lots of cool things going on besides service. So we would love to be able to stay in touch with you. I always say this is not so that I can come to your home or to your work and ask you why you missed a Sunday. That'd be fun though, but I promise not to do that. So welcome, and we're so glad to have you. Oh, excellent. Our little feet are moving and our kids are here. Come on up. We're so excited. Dun, dun, dun. They have a surprise for us. They have a surprise for us. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come on up. Center stage. You need 2 microphones. Okay, great. Got that. Oh, yeah, and the other one is here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one. Yeah, here you go. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sephi Tillman.
Hi, I am Florence Bellino.
And we are part of the youth program.
Woohoo! Suspense.
The youth program wants to thank you
for all of your kindness in donating to us.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, round of applause. Round of applause.
One of the things we want to share with you is that we are very happy that all of you are here and that you're here in our Wild Souls Sanctuary. And we hope you will come here every Saturday and every morning that you wake up in your eyes.
Sunday.
One of the things we would want to do with all the money that you donated with us, we would like to make the nest bigger and expand the space, get more furniture as we have old ones, which are very old now. So, and we would also get more supplies and many more stuff with the money. So we just want to thank you for your kindness into donating.
And we're finally going to have pencil sharpeners in our thing.
Woohoo! pencil
We
sharpeners.
have never had any pencil sharpeners, so we...
It's so sad. We had like no pencil sharpener.
Good job, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you,
Big round
guys.
of applause for
Thank
our
you.
kids. And take a bow.
Yes, thanks,
There we
guys.
go.
Thank you. The destitute that
Now, time
we
for
were.
snack.
The destitute that we were without pencil sharpeners. But it was fine. We just made them use their teeth to sharpen the pencils. It was fine. But thank you for you. It worked fine, but we're grateful for the donations to save their teeth. So thank you everybody who donated. And as she said, we hope that you are here every Saturday to walk the free labyrinth and then come back on Sunday for service. So you're welcome anytime, and the labyrinth is wonderful. So let's quickly do our prayer of intention together. Holy light shines within and all around me, a presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light. Thank you guys so much. Stick around to mingle right outside the doors here. Thank you to everybody online. Thank you to our AV staff. Thank you to Soulshine, who is going to play us out. Have a wonderful Sunday.
One more time. I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. Mahalo. I just want to say thank you. Have a great week. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for